right, it's 5:30. Start in a seated position with your legs crossed. Hands can be resting on your thighs or your fingertips can come together. And create a long spine here. Lift your ribs up out of your pelvis. Press your shoulders back. And then close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths here. Get really connected to your body. Take another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now this time I'm going to count for you and inhale, and then we're going to hold for a count, and then an exhale for a count. So just follow as I count. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Empty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Empty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Empty. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Empty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let your breathing return to normal. Notice and see if there's a difference in your body anywhere. Just focusing on your breath has given you some relief, some space. And then in your seated position, bring your hands to the top of your thighs for seated cat and cow. Inhale, draw your shoulders back, lift your chest up to the ceiling. And exhale, round your shoulders and take your eyes down toward your belly button. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. And come back to a neutral spine. Come onto your hands and knees for child's pose. Take your knees out wide. If child's pose bothers your knees, come into puppy pose with your knees, with your hips up high. So puppy pose looks like this with your forehead resting. You could even put a pillow underneath your thighs, between your thighs and your upper thighs. Here, like that. Start to increase the length of your inhale and your exhale. Maybe take your knees a little bit wider. Reach your hands further toward the front of your mat. Now walk both hands off to the right side of your mat and press your left hand on top of your right. You should feel a stretch through the left side of your body. Keep your deep breathing, your Ujjayi breath. Walk off to the left side of your mat with your right hand on top of your left. And now come onto all fours for tabletop. Bring your knees hip width underneath your hips and your wrists underneath your shoulders. And drop your belly to the floor and take your eyes up to the ceiling for cow. And then round your spine for cat. Look at your thighs. Drop your belly to the floor and look up. Round your spine, look at your thighs. Flow back and forth between cat and cow. And this is a really good place to not only get space at the muscles that run along your spine, your erector spinae muscles that get very tight because they do a lot of things to support your back, to hold your spine upright. It also will get into your core, which a lot of times we just hold a lot of tension there because we stay rounded so much. So go back and forth between cat and cow a few more times. Using your breath. Full inhale, full exhale. Take one more of each. And then come back to a neutral spine with your belly slightly pulled in and up. And come forward just a little bit so that you're pressing into your palms. And you should feel a slight stretch through your forearms, the underneath of your arms. And then come back. Now turn your hands toward I don't know if you can see this really well. Let me try and get this. Turn your fingertips in toward your thighs. Yeah, so you're still on all fours, fingertips toward your thighs, and press forward. So it doesn't look like me wearing black was the smartest idea today. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. And then come back, bring your hips back. Turn your fingertips forward again. And now come onto the tops of your hands. So you're going to stretch the top of your forearms by doing this. And gently press down. So you're on the tops of your hands. And you're going to gently press down. This is for all of you people that type a lot. Maybe you have carpal tunnel. If you stretch out your forearms, that will help a ton. And then release. Come to a seated position with your legs extended out in front of you, both legs. I think you can see my feet. What you really want to focus on is flexing through the toes. That creates the length from your hip bones all the way through your heels. Focus on pressing your upper thigh bones into the mat. Keep them grounded and anchored there. And now lift your belly button up, your ribs up toward the ceiling. And come forward through your sternum, your chest. Come forward with an open chest. It might look like your hands rest on your calves, your shin bones. If you have a strap or a towel, you can use that. But the goal here is not to get your fingers to your toes. It's about getting that stretch, that nice, juicy stretch through the back of your hamstrings. Deep breathing. And slowly come back up. Bring your feet together for seated butterfly. This is a great stretch for your hips. You can actually even let the top of your feet splay open here. And again, you want to create the length through your spine. Long spine lifts up. And then as you draw your chest forward, you can take your elbows to your inner thighs. Deep breaths. And slowly come back up. Come into easy pose. You can just rest one foot in front of the other. And then you're going to take your right hand down beside you, beside your right hip on the floor. Lift your left hand straight up to the ceiling. Bend your right elbow and lean with your shoulders side by side off to the right. This is going to create length from your left hip bone all the way up through the side of your left body through your fingertips. You're getting into that low QL muscle in your low back, which is often a source of maybe pain or tension. Slowly come back up. Bring your left hand down. Lift up through your right side body, and it's going to look like I'm backwards. And lean off to your left. So just listen to my cues. Reach through your right fingertips. Press your right hip down. Slowly come back up. Interlace your hands behind your tailbone. Now take your upper arm bones back. You should feel an opening through your chest here. You can stay here and just gently lift your hands up toward the ceiling, or you can take your chest toward your thighs and lift your hands up. Again, deep breathing here. And slowly come back up. Come onto your back for Supta Baddha Konasana. Lay all the way down on your back, and then bring your feet together with your knees out wide. And what you really want to get present to is the arch in your back. You want to create as much softness there in that arch in your back. If you can draw your heels up toward your pelvis, if you have the space there, if you have tight hip flexors, this might feel very uncomfortable, but it's probably very needed for you. Stay with it unless it's starting to cause you pain. And once you find your position, start with your deep breath. You can even put one hand on your heart and on your belly. Start to move toward that meditative quality, that just pure awareness of what's happening. You know, one of my things that I always had or held against meditation was I thought, oh, I have to stop thinking. There has to be this gray space that I have to figure out. Well, the good news is that we don't stop thinking. We don't stop thinking. And it's just a process. It's a learning. Was so much relief when I found that out. Like, you don't stop thinking. It's just learning to create the space, one thought at a time. Now extend your legs long out on your mat. Pull your right knee into your chest and pause here. Every inhale is a chance to lengthen, and every exhale is a chance to draw your knee in just a little bit closer. Now gently come out of the stretch just a tiny bit. Angle your right knee over toward your right shoulder. It's just a slight angle. And gently draw your knee up toward your right shoulder. You can even take your left hand to your ankle just a little bit to create the ankle. And now release your left hand and let your right hip fall over toward the floor on your right, kind of like you're in a figure four. A little more space between your hip bones. Now slowly draw your right knee up into a supine twist over toward your left side. You can rest your knee on a pillow here, on a block. And what you want to focus on is your right shoulder may have a tendency to pop up, especially if you're really tight in your glutes and your abductors, anything in your outer hip here. It's going to stretch your butt muscles. If you're tight there, you're going to notice you're going to lift your right shoulder up. Press that down, and from there, from that anchor, is how you're going to open up your right side. Slowly come back to the middle. Hug your right knee back into your chest one more time. Lower your right leg down. Hug your left knee in. Once you find your pose, always come back to the breath. And bring your left knee over toward the floor on your left. Focus on just the slight rotation between your two hip bones. If you're really tight in your inner thigh here, the tendency is going to be for that right hip to lift up. Again, anchor that down and press your right hip down. Slowly draw your left knee back up to center. Come into a supine twist with your left knee moving over toward your right side. Again, anchor your left shoulder blade toward the floor. You can even use your hand that your knee is on the side of and gently open. Slowly bring your knee back to center, and I forgot we didn't do the other hip opener on this side. Angle your left knee toward your left shoulder just a little bit more. Maybe your right hand comes to your shin, and gently angle your left knee in toward the left side of toward your left side, toward your shoulder. Now hug both knees into your chest and rock side to side. Lift your heels straight up to the ceiling. Focus on pressing your heels. Press up through your heels. Bring your toes down toward your face. Create the length here. You can even point and flex through your feet. And take your ankles into slow circles. And reverse your circle. Now bend your knees and bring your knees or your feet to the outer edges of your mat. And keep them planted here. The tendency is for people to pick up their feet and move them. Let your knees waterfall both over toward your right side. So both knees will point over toward your right side. You can even take your left foot, if you want a little bit more of a stretch, on top of your left thigh and gently pull down. And slowly come back up, release. Bring your right foot back to the outer edge of your mat. Waterfall your knees over toward the left. And bring your left foot on top of your right thigh. Bring your left foot down. Hug your knees back into your chest. Rock side to side. Now bring your feet back down to the floor. And we're going to get set up for meditation, Yoga Nidra, guided Shavasana. What I would encourage you to do is have a blanket and or a pillow. I am tight in my hip flexors, so guided Shavasana for very long. I like to have something under my knees, like 2 blocks or a pillow or several blankets, so that my knees stay bent because my hips are so tight. You could also definitely bring a pillow underneath your head. If it's cool in the room, maybe you want a little blanket on. Don't make yourself so cozy that you check out for the rest of the night. We don't want that. But it's about making yourself as comfortable as possible. So everyone take just a couple of minutes to get yourselves comfortable for Yoga Nidra. And I'll give you just about 2 minutes to get comfortable and set up. And then we'll get started with Yoga Nidra. I think one of the things that I'm going to miss the most is seeing the faces when they come up out of Shavasana into yoga, from Yoga Nidra. It's one of my favorite things to do and to watch because they're all so blissful and peaceful. Just about 1 more minute here. If there's something that you have to attend to, of course, while your Yoga Nidra is happening, do what you need to do. I hope everyone is set up and is super comfortable. It's hard to know whether you guys are all ready, but I'm going to assume that everybody is ready and comfortable, and we're going to get started with Yoga Nidra. The first thing I would like you to do is close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. Get really rooted in your body. And if there's any adjustments that you need to do to make yourself more comfortable, take that on. Notice what would make you more comfortable in this moment. And then, is there something that you could give up right now that would make you more comfortable and able to stay? Make sure your eyes are closed. Your feet are hip-width apart. Your palms are facing up. There's nothing that you need to do here other than hear. Hear the sound of my voice. Hear the sounds that are around you. start to take your awareness internally, inside your body. Investigate your muscles, the areas of your body that might be holding tension. Just get really curious. Notice if you're clenching your jaw, relax your jaw. If your hands are clenched and tight, relax your hands. If your shoulders are up near your ears, relax your shoulders. If your back is really arched, if you're holding tension there, relax your back. If your legs, your thighs, your hips, if you're feeling tension there, let them get heavier and fall down to your mat or to the ground. If your feet are pointing straight up at the ceiling, relax your feet, let them fall open. Just let go of control. Relax your whole body. If there's tension there, if there's something you're holding on to, let it go. If your muscles are tight, relax them. Your job right now is just to listen and to notice. And thoughts are going to come up, and when they do, just notice them. Notice them like it's a bubble, and let them pass through. Yoga Nidra is about creating just more awareness for your whole body to be still, to relax, but yet be aware. Start to notice your feet. What's happening with your feet? Are your feet moving? Are the toes twitching? What about your stomach? Your stomach, is it moving forward and back? Up and down? You're not doing this. You're not in control of this. It's happening on its own. Just stay there and watch it. Watch the movement of your navel, of your stomach, your abdomen, and your chest. The expanding, the contracting, just a little bit at a time. Your breath is flowing in and out. And as a result, your chest is expanding and contracting just a little. In your throat, between the collarbones, there's also just a little bit of movement. Your breath is flowing in and out of your nostrils. Your breath is causing all of this inner movement. This movement has been going on by itself for 24 hours of the day, from the moment that you were born. Be aware of the movement, your breath in and your breath out. Your breath in both nostrils, all the way down through your heart, through your throat, to your heart, your chest. Watch the process of your breath. Just witness it. Follow your breath from your throat to your navel, your belly button. The movement of your breath through both nostrils to your navel. And from your navel to your throat. It's now time to create your sankalpa, which your sankalpa is your resolve. It's just a short statement, something that you want to generate or something that you want to become. Make it simple, make it positive. And create your sankalpa for your yoga nidra, your resolve, and whatever comes to mind, say it to yourself 3 times. It might look like something like, I flow through life with peace and ease. Let it speak to you. And then say it to yourself 3 times. And after you've said your sankalpa, your resolve to yourself 3 times, come back to your breath awareness. Follow consciously. Know that you are practicing yoga nidra, and that even if you don't hear me, somewhere in the deepest level you are. Your consciousness is hearing me. Now we're going to move through different parts of your body. And with your eyes closed and without moving, get really present to each part of the body that I speak to. Visualize that particular part and say the name mentally with me. And keep at the same speed so that you don't get attached and that you don't get stuck. Come to your right hand thumb. Say to yourself, right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Visualize all 5 fingers together. The palm of your hand, the back of your hand, your right wrist, and your right forearm. We're going along the right side. Notice your right elbow, your right upper arm, your right shoulder, your right armpit, your right chest, your right side and waist, your right hip, your buttock, your right thigh, hamstring, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, the sole of your right foot, and the top of your right foot, your right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes together. Now move over to your left side. Visualize the parts on your left side. Start with your left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. All 5 of your fingers together. The palm of your left hand, the back of your left hand, your left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, your left chest, side, waist, hip, buttock, thigh, hamstring, knee, your left calf muscle, your left ankle, your left heel, the sole of your left foot, the top of your left foot, your left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, and all 5 of your toes together. Now we'll move from your toes up to the crown of your head. Your right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and your fifth toe. All 5 of the right toes together. Your left big toe, left second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes together. Visualize all of your left toes together. Now we're going to move back and forth between right and left. The right sole of your foot, the left sole of your foot. Both of your soles together. Your right heel, your left heel. Both heels together. Right ankle, left ankle. Both of your ankles together. Right calf muscle, left calf muscle. Both calf muscles together. Right knee, left knee. Both of your knees together. Right thigh, left thigh. Both thighs together. Right hamstring, left hamstring. Both hamstrings together. Your right buttock, your left buttock. Both buttocks together. Your right hip, left hip. Both hips together. Your waist, lower abdomen, upper abdomen, and your whole abdomen. The right side of your chest, the left side of your chest, your whole chest, your right collarbone, your left collarbone, the center of your collarbones, your throat, right shoulder, left shoulder, right arm, left arm, right elbow, left elbow, right hand, left hand, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, all 5 fingers together, the palm of your hand, the back of your hand, your left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, all 5 fingers together, the palm of your left hand, the back of your left hand, your shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, the right side of your back, the left side of your back, your whole spine, the back of your neck, the front of your neck, and now your whole neck together. Your chin, lower lip, upper lip, both lips together. Your teeth, your tongue, your right cheek, your left cheek, both cheeks, right nostril, left nostril, both nostrils, the tip of your nose, your whole nose, your right eyelid, your left eyelid, right eyeball, left eyeball, both of your eyeballs together, your right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the center of your eyebrow, your right temple, left temple, your forehead, the back of your head, the crown of your head, your whole face, your whole head. Now notice yourself, your whole physical body lying on the floor. And it's as if you're standing outside of your body. Be aware of the points of your body that are touching the floor. You're aware of the parts of your physical body that are touching and absorbing energy from the floor. Notice the front part of your body and the air that's around the front part of your body. Notice the energy that's moving around in your body. Your physical body has become completely quiet. Notice any other things that are surrounding you, noises, the sound of my voice. In this moment, experience peace and quiet. Be aware of your whole environment, your whole body. Notice your whole body. Your whole body. Stay awake and aware. Know that you are practicing Yoga Nidra. Not asleep or awake. Functioning with a little bit of awareness. Visualize your whole body lying on the floor. And notice and create yourself being completely relaxed and peaceful. Now create the experience of your body being very hot. Try to create the experience of your body being very hot. Maybe you're out in the summer sun with no shade, being very hot when the sun is landing on your skin. Try to create the sensation of heat exactly as if you have experienced it. You're very hot. Now reverse the feeling. Create the feeling of cold, shivering cold, as if you're standing outside on a snowy, icy day without enough clothes. How chilled you would feel. Let the coldness come through. Create the sensation of being cold. Try to experience cold. Now let's move to create an experience of heaviness in your body. Your body is becoming heavier and heavier. It is so heavy that you're sinking down into the floor. Your body has become so very heavy. Now create the experience of lightness throughout your body. Your arms and your legs and your torso is becoming light. So light that you feel like you're lifting up away from the floor. Your body is so light. There's no weight to your body. It's almost as if your body is a piece of cotton. Create the experience of lightness in your physical body. Now we're going to move through some visualizations. Just try to picture the things that I say. Create them in your mind's eye. See the sun shining. See in your awareness the sun shining. See a beautiful park that's calm and peaceful. See a tree blowing in the wind. See a tree blowing in the wind. See the most beautiful sunrise. The most beautiful, vibrant sunrise. See the waves of an ocean. See the waves crashing against the shore. See a beautiful red cardinal. A beautiful red cardinal. Start to come back to noticing your breath. Just notice your breathing. Your abdomen rises and your abdomen falls. Now come back to your sankalpa, your resolve, your intention that you set at the beginning of the class. And say it to yourself 3 times. And say it to yourself in a way that is if it's already happening, your resolve. Become more aware of your physical body. And with your eyes still closed, notice the 4 walls of the room. Notice the floor beneath you. Notice the ceiling above you. Hear any sounds that there are to hear. Start to notice your fingers and your toes. Notice your legs, your hips, your back, the back of your head, everything that's resting on the floor. Take a few deep breaths here. Take one more deep breath. And then roll over to your right side. Bring your knees up into your chest. Take a deep breath into the bottom of your lungs. Exhale out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then come up to a seated position with your ankles crossed. Hands resting on your thighs. And bring your hands at your heart. Together, let's take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. Let's take one more in and out. Together we say namaste. I hope you guys enjoyed Yoga Nidra with me, even though maybe you couldn't see me. If you feel like you want to donate anything toward the studio, we have set up a Venmo, Baptiste Power Yoga Fort Wayne. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. I love you guys lots. I've enjoyed teaching this, even though it's been extremely out of my comfort zone. But anyways, until next time, tomorrow should be an 8:30 class. For time schedules, just take a look at our website. All right, have a good night, you guys. Bye.